I think this is working again. Hopefully I can be heard. This is going to be a short video. Usually I do this with a digital camera, but I can't find it. And to be honest, I'm too lazy to go search for it in the dark. So yeah. Have you ever noticed that sometimes in various circles, there'll be one topic, and it's making the rounds and being talked about and hyper-focused on? Right now in the conservative circles that I'm in, that hyper-focused subject happens to be basically the message, don't accept me for who I am, don't respect me for who I am. You should be, as a friend, you shouldn't be accepting me for who I am, you should be trying to make me change. Usually this sentiment is, whether explicitly or subtly, directed at the LGBTQA community. And as a member of that community, I felt the need to kind of give my personal thoughts on why people like me tell you we want to be accepted for who we are. Keep in mind this is my personal experiences and my personal thoughts, and I do not speak for anybody else. If you agree with me, that's fine. That's great. If you don't, like I said, it's my personal thoughts. I have recently told people to accept me for who I am quite a lot in the last few days, because, well, not a few days, few weeks, few months, that general time frame, because, you know, if you haven't been in our situation, you can't claim to know how it feels. Alright? I've seen people say, oh, I know how it feels to want to be accepted, and I understand the appeal of that, but you shouldn't accept me for who I am because I should be changing. You've never been in the same situation. You have no right to tell us that we shouldn't want people to accept us for who we are. Because every single person I've seen lately give me that message has been somebody who doesn't face unacceptance on a daily basis from the people they care about. Alright? They might face unacceptance from, say, atheists. They're Christians, it's bound to happen. I face that from atheists, and because I'm a Christian, it happens. Different religions sometimes just don't mix, and it's gonna happen like that. But for the most part, these people, their friend circles, people they care about and feel they should be welcomed by, are very tightly knit and do not, make them feel unaccepted or disrespected. They do feel loved. They don't really truly know what it's like to want to feel accepted because they already are. I agree that you need to change. Nobody should stay the same, but it's not up to you to tell somebody that they need to change. It's not your jurisdiction. The jurisdiction's not the word I'm looking for. It's not your right. As a friend, if you are perfectly allowed to believe what you believe. You're perfectly allowed to disagree with me. You're perfectly allowed to not, agree with who I am. What isn't allowed is for you to make me feel inadequate because of that. And honestly, the one thing that really gets me is, yeah, you don't need to accept who I am. You can keep pressing me to change, but what really gets me is if you can't respect me, if you can't accept me for who I am, but somehow still claim to love me, What I want to know is, how do you love me? If you can't accept who I am, can you really truly care about me as a person? Or do you just care about making me change to be the person you want me to be? It brings up this whole stack of doubts, and I can understand. What I'm trying to say is, I can understand your beliefs about how you shouldn't accept somebody for who they are and try to make them change, but you can't just be friends with somebody with that as the sole purpose and that is the sole thought in your mind. You can't really love me if every time you talk to me, you're thinking about how I need to change. We can't exist in the same on the same plane here if you're constantly thinking this person I'm talking to needs to change. Accept who I am at this moment in time. Sorry, heard noise out there. Basically, what I'm saying is, we want acceptance because we don't feel you truly care about us if you are constantly telling us that we need to change. Because that's just telling us, well, I don't love you for who you are. Who you are now is somebody I can't really truly care for.